Welcome back, and I want to return now to our top story. Residents in Cape Town still on high alert this morning after the fatal shooting of former Hard Living's boss Rashied Staggie. The killing of the gang leader has the consequence of fear among residents that a full-blown gang war is possibly going to erupt. Staggie was killed while sitting in his car outside his house yesterday. You'll remember his twin brother Rashied was killed in the same street 23 years ago. In Salt River for us this morning is reporter Aisha Ismail. Aisha, good morning to you. So describe the atmosphere. Are people really concerned?
Well, there's an uneasy calm hanging over London Road. I've been here for almost 2 hours now, and it's hard to talk to people. They, looking out by the windows, not walking down the streets, and it's very, very quiet for a Saturday here in London Road. And as you pointed out, 23 years ago, Rashied Staggie, the twin brother of Rashied, was lynched in this very road. He was set alight and he was burned to death. And of course, yesterday, around about the same time, just after 9 o'clock, 2 gunmen brazenly walked down London Road and fired at Rashied Staggie and killed him. And now I'm just going to stand away so that my colleague Lungile can show you just how close his house is to the spot where he was gunned down. His house is just across the road, and you can see that literally a few steps from his house, his car was parked right here where I'm standing now, and several shots were fired at the car. Now, it's believed that there was a driver in the car. The driver was able to escape unscathed, and Rashied Staggie was then certified dead on arrival when he got to the hospital. Now, I spoke to Ivan Waldeck earlier today, Pastor Ivan Waldeck, who was a very good friend of Rashied Staggie's, and he said that Rashied and his family had just returned from Dubai on Wednesday, and he was going to meet with Rashied that morning. They were going to meet for an early lunch, and it was at that time when he heard that his friend had been gunned down here in London Road.
Where are we this morning, Aisha, with the police investigation? Obviously early stages. Have they said anything beyond what they said last night about, still probing, unclear as to what the motive was?
That is indeed so. So no new information from the police, but I have spoken to some of the family members. They've indicated that they do have CCTV cameras and that the police took the footage from them yesterday, and they're busy studying the CCTV cameras. What they did tell me was that it was very clear on the camera where these 2 men came on foot down London Road from the main road and opened fire at Rashied Staggie, who was sitting in a car parked literally just a few steps away from his house.
And Aisha, how much credence are we giving the claim that this could be the start, or it could accelerate a full-scale gang war?
Well, I've spoken to community leaders. I've also spoken to 2 of the pastors, Pastor Stafford Hill and also to Pastor Ivan Waldeck, and they are both concerned. They're very concerned about what they call retaliations, the fact that whoever was responsible for this, that there would be, the Hard Living's gang would retaliate and go and start shooting in other areas, in other territories. You must also understand that this is a war about territory, it's about turf, it's about drugs, and it's about power.
Is there a sense at all of an increased police presence in the hotspot areas?
Well, I know that there was a passing out parade yesterday, and I spoke to Minister Becky Cele earlier in Mitchell's Plain, and let me also just tell you why Becky Cele was in Mitchell's Plain. He was in Mitchell's Plain because there was a shooting that happened on Sunday where a 10-year-old girl was caught in a crossfire, and 2 people had been arrested. One of them was a member of the Hard Living's gang, and it was at that gathering that Becky Cele said that 5,000 1,000 policemen would be, well, they had a passing out parade yesterday, and that more than 1,000 of these new recruits would be deployed on the Cape Flats in the hotspots area. And in fact, Bekele said that they would be in those areas by today, Saturday. So certainly here in London Road, it is very quiet. There's no police around here. There's no security. But there, as I said earlier, there is an uneasy calm. Community leaders saying that they are preparing for gang warfare on the Cape Flats, especially in areas like Manenberg, Bonteheuwel, Mitchell's Plain and Lavender Hill.
All right, Aisha Ismail, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. We'll check in with you a little later.